What percentage should I save for taxes? So obviously based on this question, I'm going to presume that this person has their own company. If you're in the UK, that would be an LTD. If you're in the US, that would be an LLC S Corp status. So the percentage that you would save for taxes generally are going to be between 20% and all the way up to 50%, depending on how much money you take out of your business, how tax efficient you are with the different strategies that you can use within your business. Obviously, you need to speak to your accountant to find out whatever the best methodologies are in your region, but there are tons of ways that you can do this that can actually mitigate the amount of tax you pay. Point being, it's usually between 20 and all the way up to 50%. Now, one thing that I like to do if I'm taking dividends or distributions out of my company is that I see how much that dividend is going to cost me within tax. If you're using a modern accounting system, a lot of them can actually judge this for you, especially if you've got one of the web-based apps. They'll tell you, okay, cool, I'm going to take out this 20K dividend. Taking that out is going to cost me X amount in tax, so make sure that you set that aside. And this is a super important thing because a lot of people think that they actually have a lot more money than they really do. You got to think of it this way. If you're taking out 100K in dividends, plus you're taking out a small salary, which is generally like some form of strategic approach, at least in the UK side of things, you would understand that the tax you pay on that's probably going to be in the region of 40K, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on, again, what you've done. But the point being, if you only had 150K in your business and you've taken out altogether like 130, how are you going to pay your taxes? So it's super important to keep this in mind. And again, if the system that you're using doesn't have that, you can get ChatGPT to easily help you calculate this if you give it the role of an accountant and feed it all the information from your region. So accounting is not this mystical thing that it used to be. When I started, I knew absolutely nothing about accounting. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do, and it completely screwed my brain and stressed me out more than the actual work itself. But nowadays it's way easier. So keep that in mind.